A video game console emulator, a type of emulator that allows for a computing device to emulate a video game's console hardware and play its games on the emulating platform. More often than not, emulators carry additional features that surpass the limitations of the original hardware, such as border control compatibility, timescale control, easier access to memory modifications, i.e. GameShark, and unlocking gameplay features. Emulators are also a useful tool in the development process of homebrew demos and the creation of new games for older, discontinued, or rare consoles, for that matter. The code and data of the game are typically supplied to the emulator by means of a ROM file, a copy of the game cartridge data, or in this case an ISO image on an optical disc. While emulation itself is illegal, emulating games is only when legitimately purchasing the game physically and ripping the contents. Freely downloading or uploading game ROM files across various internet sites is considered to be a form of piracy, and users may be sued for copyright infringement. Today I'll be discussing why I love emulation so much. Without preservation, we lose video game history. Am I right, guys? It's very important to showcase to our young children, and of course growing old with video games. It's a video game history of life and a video game history time capsule to the past. Without it, we will be lost in a void of digital eclipse. This, my friends, is the Delta emulator. It was released by the author of Ridley Testut. I don't know how you pronounce that, but that's what it is. And then EU decided to bitch slap Apple and say, put it on your storefront. I know. And it was finally released on April 17th, 2024 this year. I guess in the future you will probably know go backwards. I know. Funny, yeah? So this emulator supports the following systems: the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, which really awesome features include save states, importing pictures to update album covers if they don't match from the internet. However, when you import the ROMs, guys, it will actually auto-generate the thumbnails for you. However, if some are missing artwork, you can do that on the app, which is really cool, and it's free to download. And it's awesome, and there's many more emulators on the Apple Store as well. There's one for PS1 as well, which is really cool. There was a legal snag with this company, Delta Emulator, and they used a picture that was very similar to Adobe logo. Oops, and that's why they changed the logo to this that looked crooked, and to avoid legal lawsuit, which is a really smart move. Here is the NSO service, also known as Nintendo Switch Online Service for Game Boy app. Yes, if you have a membership with Nintendo for say like a month or a whole year, you can access these glorious games on your little handheld or put it through console mode through your TV. It's very cool. And what I like about this app is it has options for Game Boy original graphics, as you see on the screen. You can have it on Game Boy Pocket mode, which is like really cool little handheld. I got the see-through one that's really awesome, and it has one for Game Boy Color mode as well, which is really cool. So it creates that familiar console feeling when you press the combination of buttons and you get different colors palettes on the screen. And it also shows you guys that you can change it from European territory from PAL to NTSC in America with a different box art, which is really awesome. And that's the best feature about this service, with multiplayer included, so you can play those awesome games with your friends and family across the globe, or even meet new people. Welcome to Retrobat. Yes, the great bat icon in the corner. It's the best multi-core emulator out there. You can free to download it from the internet. It basically serves as a history time portal to the past of all the great arcade games that you could play. You could play console games from Nintendo, Sega, Neo Geo, etc. A huge wide variety of games, including the Odyssey, Thomas Wave, and Sega Master System, to name a few. And you can actually load up different core features from the RetroArch emulator system that is embedded in this great app, I highly recommend you download this, guys. If you love anything that's nostalgic, this is for you. And I'll tell you about the great features. Here is the RetroArch achievement system. So basically, how this works is, when you play a game of any from Nintendo, Sega, PC Engine, all that stuff, it has a really cool innovative scoring system. So it will upload your scoring system and your achievements up to the website, and you got a huge excellent gaming community that will help you out. You get messages from the gaming board, and they will tell you hints and tips, and it's a great way of playing these old games again and breathe new life into them to make it more engaging and fun experience. And for an added bonus, guess what? You can download themes to this, and you can enable Bezel project, so it creates a really cool unique border for all your emulation needs for Jaguar, and basically it shows the console version of the screen, or the arcade screen of MAME, if you will. And it has great cheats as well if you get stuck on a particular hard game. Here are great things about emulation. Graphics enhancement, upscaling and boosts internal resolution to support HD, 4K or widescreen displays, improving upon the original console's resolution from the original hardware. Save states, allowing saving anywhere in the game, bypassing the need for the original memory cards or save points. Fast forward or turbo button accelerates the gameplay to bypass the slow loading screens or cutscenes, or in case too much information overload, you can fast forward that too. Performance optimization includes overclocking emulation to fix in-game slowdowns and frame rate issues from original hardware. Controller customization tools, enabling mapping keys to any modern gaming controller, including Xbox, PlayStation, USB, Nintendo, and the new Steam controller coming out soon as well. Texture hacks and shaders, enhances or replaces old textures and adds cool effects to make the games look cleaner or more modern, or a CRT filter, or any other cool options, if you will. There's so many options out there, it's amazing. Automatic asset management scans and displays game box art in a user-friendly interface, example DuckStation. You can also look up a video game history about the development of the game as well on most of these emulator servers, including Retrobat, which I find deeply fascinating, and I think you guys will find that useful too for your video game research. Reduce latency special settings, example in RetroArch, to eliminate input lag, making games feel more responsive than the original hardware. Here comes my favorite part. Emulating light guns has revolutionized gaming, allowing enthusiasts to play classic arcade games and console shooters on modern displays technology without needing a bulky CRT TVs. They bridge the gap between the old school gameplay and new school convenience, providing elegant one-to-one accuracy and features that often surpass the original hardware. Here are some great points. Compatible with modern displays, unlike the original 1990s light guns that can only work on cathode ray tube CRT TVs. Emulation light guns like the Sinden light gun uses cameras to work perfectly on the LCD, LED, OLED and plasma screen TVs. No external sensor bars for the Sinden light gun. The Sinden light gun does not require the external infrared emitters or sensor bars, making the setup less cluttered compared to the Wii remote based solutions. High latency and low latency. Modern solutions offer extremely fast response times, often matching the feel of CRT light gun. The Sinden light gun, for instance, calculates aiming positions over 50 times per second, which is less than 20 milliseconds of latency. Authentic arcade feel, which is recoil. Many emulation guns using the Gun 4IR or RS3 Reaper feature a built-in solenoids that provide physical recoil, simulating the heavy feel of the real arcade machine guns. Massive game library access. They work across a wide variety of emulators, including MAME, Technoparrot, DML, Dolphin and RetroArch, allowing you to play hundreds of games from PS1, PS2, Dreamcast and arcade systems. Customizable functionality. These guns come with extra buttons on D-pads and sometimes analog sticks, making them compatible with games that require multiple inputs, such as Time Crisis using a foot pedal or reload, or for House of the Dead for instance. Off-screen reloading. Modern emulation light guns supports screen reloading, which keeps the gameplay fluid and authentic to the original arcade experience. You can also enable automatic reloading in certain emulation software, which is very handy so you don't have to keep shooting off screen all the time. All-in-one functionality. They are recognized by computers as mouse devices, allowing them to work with almost every PC-based arcade conversion, including modern titles and old titles as well. By the way, guys, I actually did a tutorial last year, or should we say going backwards, of how you can use a PC mouse to play light gun games. Check it out. Here are some examples of light guns you can purchase today. Sinnen light gun, which uses a camera to detect a thin white border around the screen, offering great accuracy. Gun for IR, highly popular by DIY friendly. Pre-built solution uses IR LEDs placed on the corners of the display for high precision, no border gaming. And lastly not least, Retro Shooter RS3 Reaper offers a plug and play experience with pre-configured software, good build quality and optional recall. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, guys. I love emulation. Do you know what emulator I really adore still is PPSSPP Gold. It's one of the best PSP emulators out there that overhauls the graphic detail and it looks visually beautiful for the eyes. And it's got excellent save state features, and it's got many more cool, awesome features you can tinker around with, the graphics for the Vulcan, and many other things. Can I ask you a question, guys? What is your favorite emulator out there? Tell me in the comments. And I'd like to say thank you for watching this. This took me quite a while to make, but the effort was worth it, and I'm very pleased. So I'd like to ask you a favor, guys. Help me reach 5k when I'm going to give away an awesome Nintendo Switch 2 with a game of your choice. Help me reach that goal. We can make that dream happen. Thanks for watching, guys. And remember, play some more awesome games for me. Thank you for watching.